What's up, everyone? I just want to give a really quick overview of my thoughts on this figure. Um, this this is my Hot Toys uh, Kevin Flynn figure. Uh, I know there are a couple of reviews already out there, so that's kind of why I don't really want to give an extensive review on this figure. I've already done an unboxing. This video is purely for my opinions on this figure. So here it goes. First up, I want to say it's a really nice figure. I know lots of people have been saying it's not a good likeness of Jeff Bridges, and they don't understand why it's true. It's probably because of the hairdo. Because if you'll notice, Kevin Flynn's hair is a lot messier than that, and the figure has sort of brushed up hair, really, really, really made neat on the figure. And in the movie, you have lots of hair flying away on the sides and all that. But the face is actually just spot on for me. I mean, it really looks like Jeff Bridges right here. I mean, look at that. So yeah, in my opinion, it's not that bad of a figure as a lot of people have been saying. I mean, yeah, I'm quite biased because I'm a big Tron fan, but I mean, I believe that would make me more of a critic because I'm a Tron fan. So anyway, love the figure, and I'm really happy that I have it. Another one is, here's something that people don't really get to point out in their reviews. If you'll notice, identity discs have like a really rounded structure. It's just a straight circle structure, and this Hot Toys identity disc actually has some sort of gaps right here. This one and this one. Those aren't white paint apps. Those are actually gaps in the molding, and that's how they designed this identity disc. See right there. See, it's clear there. See, look. Those are gaps in the molding, and I don't know why Hot Toys did that, but those are actually supposed to be really small light bulbs of some sort, because that's supposed to be one of the light accents on the identity disc, and that's how Hot Toys did theirs. I mean, still hits the effect. I'm not saying it damages the look of the figure in any way. It still looks really good. I just want you guys to notice that, because I don't think a lot of people noticed that. And I just want to say, the camera isn't really picking it up well, but the beads are there in that fist area right there, see? And yeah, that's how I put mine. I mean, I used the beads to cover the ball joint, or the wrist joint that's actually sort of ball looking. So I used the bracelet to cover that part. So I noticed some people didn't do that with their Hot Toys, and I just think it's a good way to use that accessory. And lastly, this light up feature, the light up stand, I don't think it's a cheap accessory. I mean, it's a good accessory. It doesn't look cheap to me. You know, it looks sophisticated. It's simple, but it looks cool. I mean, the light up feature is awesome. I don't know. Yeah, probably people have been saying that it looks cheap. It's because of the simplicity And for me, the simplicity here is what adds to the beauty of the figure. So I know you've just been hearing admirations in this video. I mean, what can I say? I'm a big fan of this movie, and I'm a big fan of this figure. It's my first Hot Toys figure. I hope I don't buy any more Hot Toys figures, because that would be really bad for my savings. But yeah, so I hope what I shared today is of good use. I hope you learned some more stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. By the way, one last thing about this figure, I just want to clarify something. It's a not really a common problem, but I don't see it as a problem, but a common misconception about this figure is the fact that it doesn't come with a hood. Now, I just want to answer why Hot Toys didn't include a coat with a hood for this figure. Do you guys remember that the helmets in the Tron world actually form back into their suits? When they need the helmet, it just pops over their heads and forms over their heads directly from their suits. The theory that I heard from somewhere else, it's because the hood also works like those helmets. As Kevin Flynn appeared in the End of Line Club, the hood was over his head, but immediately when he stood up, it was gone, and the camera even flashed the portion behind his head. You see no evidence of a hood being there. So the only rational explanation within the Tron world is that his hood formed right back into the cloth of his suit, of his robe. The reason why Hot Toys didn't include a hood for this figure, they would either have to include another suit or another robe, another variation of the last layer of Kevin Flynn's robe with a hood, or they would make a sort of hood attachment for the last layer of his black suit. Either choices, I think, wouldn't be helpful for both sides. I mean, the first choice, having a second robe with a hood and another one without one, I think for the price point, since they already gave us a light up base, two very elaborate costumes, the extra hands, the boots, I believe for the price point, adding another robe, which is actually the thickest part of his costume, would make a total of 3 outer robes and an addition to the price point. And I believe Hot Toys was aiming for the $150 Hot Toys figure price point. Yeah, and the second choice, which was having the attachment that where you could have a hood attached to the back portion of his neck, that choice would not be so good as well, because you would need the sort of clasps or the sort of buttons that they use for the robes. You'd need those to attach it to the back portion of the robe. I don't know, he only used that hood for about just a few seconds. So people would really want this figure posed without the hood most of the time. Or probably, the majority of the movie, he didn't have the hood. So they didn't really see the importance of having the hood over having a figure without the hood. What they did was they didn't include that type of attachment because it would look really bad for the figure. I mean, you'd have those unused buttons behind his neck. So for me, it looks way better without those buttons that I wouldn't be using at the back. For aesthetic purposes, that hood is just fine for me if it wasn't included in the set.
So there you have it. I think that's the most possible explanation for the most common issue that collectors have with this figure. So I hope I answered some of the people's frustrations over this figure. Thanks for listening, and enjoy collecting.